Academy up, so I'm not sure if he's going to spot that tech off unless he really feels this coming. And wow, Bisu sealing that front door with the pylons once again. So I don't think he's going to get a spot off on these carriers. So, excuse me, I think he might end up having the carriers in his base without anything to counter it. And I feel like kind of he's behind almost entirely in almost every guard in this game. He's behind in unit count, behind in production, behind in his economy. And really, I think the game's kind of out of hand for him at this moment. He is getting the academy down now, but yeah, as you can see, the 2 carriers already producing, so I think it's just going to be too late. He doesn't have a starport up, so he really doesn't have the Wraith option. I've heard people say, oh, you can go Ghost against carriers, but really, that's a long time to tech up. It just takes way too long. You got to get the science facility up, a starport anyway, which is why I say go Wraith. Gotta research lockdown, research cloaking, have enough energy to do all that, and it's just not going to happen. Upmagic, in the meantime, trying to get a seal on, and Bisu just kind of moving up casually while the seal's being created, and just going to drop a zealot down, take out a tank. And I think he's just posturing here. He's trying to, if he totally ignored this seal, I think Upmagic would know something's up. And looks like 2 dropships up. Instead, he's going to press forward and not give anything to Upmagic. That observer's down, but I don't think that's going to cost Bisu too much again. And this is definitely going to give Upmagic pause for thought. And dropping that Reaver right in the midst of those tanks, along with, oh wow, beautiful dropship micro. And that was top form. That's the amazing dropship micro I talked about, taking out 2 tanks in the midst of a ton of vultures there, sending Upmagic running. And really, that's what I'm talking about. That Bisu, that fantastic Bisu dropship micro. Good to see him kind of in form on that again. Not that he was ever out of form. 2 carriers up now, and as soon as the last 2 carriers are produced, I think that's going to be for Upmagic. Trying to get some more factories down. Does he have an armory down, though? Vultures don't kill carriers. And a forge going... Wow, and Bisu going to expand once again. Looks like he doesn't have an armor. I take it back. We'll see if he starts producing some Goliaths here. And Bisu actually is totally sealing his front door. I think Upmagic has to sense something coming now at this point. And wow, I think Bisu's absolutely just going to full-on dedicate to carriers here. Has his entire main kind of sealed off. So only the units outside those Dragoons are basically it for him as far as ground forces outside. And that's a little bit... That might cost him if Upmagic can go and take out the ground forces out now. He's not going to have anything to protect the carriers, although the carriers really do have a kind of a straight shot at Upmagic's base. Forge down, Nexus going up, another expansion, and kind of the advantage. That is the slight advantage the Valkyries spawn right there, because you do have an easy to take 3rd expansion, and that is a really good option. Upmagic expanding as well. He's going to comp that, and here come the carriers. Looks like 2 carriers out. I don't see any Goliaths on the ground. A single Goliath being produced, so speaking too soon, but looks like 4 Goliaths and some tanks. That barracks is going to go down, and really I think Bisu should have ignored that. I think he might have just attack moved. Upmagic's going to see that coming, and Bisu in the meantime... Oh, I'm sorry, he opened up that mineral line so he can... That was really clever on Bisu's part. Opened up the mineral line so he can bring forces around, and so he can really make the front... Basically protect both expansions with some pylons and just some cannons at the top. Dropship pushing in. Bisu did... Wow, beautiful timing, just getting right by those turrets on the seals, and now that carrier coming up while there's no Goliaths in the area. It looks like a couple Goliaths pushing up. Bisu's probably just going to fall back at this point. Moving up with those Dragoons and those Goliaths just too far out of position. This is a really hard spot for Upmagic to hold. With the Fog of War, with that turret in the position it's in, and with the Goliaths going to try to take on the carriers, because this is the perfect spot for kind of a carrier harass. You can retreat in the Fog of War with your Dragoons down below, where the tanks really can't get a shot at them. And you can see kind of the concern on Upmagic's face. He really doesn't like that positioning. Upmagic, in the meantime, going to have to pull out because 2 Zealots on the ground, probably a Reaver waiting in that dropship. Bisu going to expand once again, going to get a pylon down, and going to go for that expansion in between his and Upmagic's base. More Goliaths being produced for Upmagic in the meantime, but Bisu really has everything in position now. He can just continue to pump those carriers. Looks like he has 2 carriers in the middle of the map, and also 4 more carriers pushing into the other position. He's going to take that barracks down, so Upmagic can't expand with any more factories, or at least has to build another barracks. In the meantime, going to go, and wow, he can just camp. Just can chill right there on that area, and this is an absolute nightmare for Upmagic. It's so difficult for him to get up in that ramp area. It's going to be so difficult for him to kind of deal with that with the carrier harass right there. Bisu, I think, can have free reign on the secondary, instead deciding to pull up and gather up once again in the middle. I'm not sure. I feel like he could end it just by attacking the secondary right now and just kind of shifting around. I guess he's going to opt to take out his the tanks, the vultures, get the observer in to take care of the mines, and just push in with the dragoons and the Goliaths, and just crush what's left of Upmagic's force, kind of Red Army style. Just take it out. And yeah, now going to push in with the carriers and the dragoons. Meantime, getting a drop off with the Reaver at Upmagic's new expansion and catching the. And wow, not lucky at all with those scarabs, but I think that Reaver's still going to have a happy day. Still going to be able to take out a lot of SCVs there. A couple, as you can see, a couple interceptors getting killed here and there, but the Goths just dying left and right. Dragoons pushing right into him. 3 more tanks going to supplement there, but they're just dying almost instantaneously to those carriers. Somehow that Reaver doesn't. I guess that Reaver just isn't moving out of position. I'm not sure if it was killed or what. Not sure what happened there with that Reaver. All the tanks down now. Upmagic, the field's entirely open. Just trying to pull up with some supplemental forces, but I don't think it's going to be enough. That Reaver going to push up on that 3rd expansion. Bisu, huge economical advantage here. Has 2 more expansions up versus Upmagic's 2, and Upmagic's going to lose this one here at the north. Just absolutely cut off from it, and can't afford to really go anywhere else with it. He doesn't have an attack force really to go on the main, so I think this is going to be GG right here. Upmagic might hang around for a little longer, but it's not going to make a difference in my opinion. Bisu continuing to build some units. Took that command center down, so Upmagic kind of resigned to basically his main and his natural expansion, and I don't think he's going to be able to hold those for long even, because he's so far behind, both economically and in production. More carriers up for Bisu, and it looks like Upmagic gathering up for one final attack on Bisu's main. Bisu's going to catch it en route though. And he managed to kill a couple dragoons there, and trying to set up another seal. But I think, yeah, as you can see, Bisu can just squeeze right into Upmagic's base. So Upmagic gonna have to pull back, I think. A couple mines in the way, but as soon as he takes out that turret on the area that his main, and now you can see Upmagic just pulling back, and I think he's gonna get pincered by, and actually doing a fantastic job of killing that force. But I think he's going to be pincered here in a second by the rest of the forces that Bisu has incoming, because he didn't manage to contain that seal, and trying to pull the tanks out while they can. I think one carrier went down there. I didn't get a good spot on it. Tank going to go down there. More dragoons pushing up. And all those tanks are now down and trying to seal in the middle, but they're going to get caught as they're sieging. Managed to take out 2 dragoons, but yeah, now the carriers come in, and that's it for the tanks. So now 5 more dragoons pushing into Upmagic's base, and Upmagic, I think that was the last hurrah for him. There's GG. Hope you guys enjoyed that match. That was Game 5. Hopefully, sorry for leaving you guys hanging. Once again, check out Team Liquid, check out SC2GG, check out Fouché if you guys speak French, and thank you for listening.